Welcome to the Midweek Refuel with Lupus in Color, where we strive to educate, inspire, encourage, and empower lupus warriors all around the world. Today's Midweek Refuel is going to be about the balancing act that we have to do in our lives as we deal with lupus day to day. And two of those balancing things that we have to balance are our negative thoughts about having lupus and our thoughts about being thankful, getting past the things that lupus has put us through. And as I was sitting here, I was thinking like, you know what? It's a hard day for me today because if you can see it, my eye, I think it's this one, my eye is kind of swollen because I get these styes from the scleritis or whatever have you. And I woke up this morning, I was really complaining, just like, oh my gosh, can't believe this is happening again. What the heck is going on? I've been doing everything right, blah, 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 blah. Just negativity from the moment I woke up this morning, right? And then I had to get up and, get started in my day. And in between that, the dog made me giggle. I don't know what she did. I think it was her little tap, little feet on the linoleum. Whatever it was, she made me giggle. And I had to stop and be like, you know what? I'm just thankful that I'm here today. And it came to me that those two things that we juggle every single day, sometimes every minute of every day, of the possibility of being negative and the other possibility of being thankful, and how those two coexist in our lives can be a little overwhelming. Because on one hand, you have to acknowledge the pain that you're in. You need to name it. You need to release it. On the other hand, you have to be grateful from where you came and be thankful of where you are beyond everything that went down. And I think some people would look at that like, oh, you're not focusing on the pain. No, I'm saying you need to focus on your pain, but you also need to focus on what you're grateful for and what you're thankful for. And in that, you learn how to ground yourself. So, our mindful walk word for the day is grounded. Being grounded in each step, to better health beyond lupus, in spite of lupus. When we're forever focusing on the negative or the pain, it's hard to get out of that negative mode. And sometimes the way you have to get out of that negative mode is to take a walk, is to take some deep breaths, or it might even be just to be in silence and just sitting there cussing lupus out, sometimes screaming into a pillow. Any way that you can find to release that negative feeling of pain within you really makes a difference. So when we're focused on the negative and always focusing on the pain, it keeps us fluid. It keeps us like almost floating because we're always on this high-low of pain and emotion and things of that nature. And it keeps us flowing in a negative way. You can't get grounded if you're moving, And sometimes we just have to stop. In between those moments of fluidity, we have to stop and we have to make sure that we are being thankful for being able to overcome this. And that's not to say that you are ignoring your pain. I just said it. Don't ignore your pain. Acknowledge it. Name it. Grieve that you have it. And then pick yourself up by your bootstraps and begin to see where you can be thankful so that you can ground yourself well enough to have a better day in spite of lupus. Positive thinking or being thankful is not discounting what's going on. It's just looking through the little loopholes of pain and realizing that there is something I can be thankful for, whether it be my children, whether it be this next breath, whether it be being happy because you were able to sit outside and catch a cool breeze and just catch a couple of rays of sun without getting sick. There's always something to be thankful for. So as much as you focus on the pain, you have to focus on the thankful moments as well. And in doing that, you're able to ground yourself and heal just a little bit in spite of lupus. It's not easy. It's not easy when you're in a lot of pain and you're dealing with so many issues, maybe not even from lupus, maybe just from your life itself. It's not easy to turn off that negative talk to yourself or focusing on the pain. It's hard to turn that off. But with a consistent and conscious effort, you can turn it down a little bit, and you can look past all of that and balance out your life as far as your pain and thankfulness. So your midweek refuel is about just being cognizant of the balancing act that you must do and allow yourself to do. Allow yourself those negative feelings and those focus on pain and just being angry and upset and sad about what has been going on in your life, but also find that way to get into that in between the loops of pain. Find a way to really get to a point where you're saying, you know what, I know I'm going through a hard time, but I know this will pass because it passed before, and I'm here to tell the story. I've been saying it a lot lately. Your body is still sustaining you on your lupus journey, and that's something to be thankful for. Please do acknowledge, recognize, speak to, cuss out, do whatever you have to do in your pain, besides hurting yourself, of course, or hurting someone else. But once you do all that you can do in that pain, once you focused on it and you acknowledged it and you recognize what's going on and you've named the pain, it's time for you to release. Find a way to release that pain so that you can get to the point where you are thankful for your body sustaining you through every issue that lupus has ever brought to you. So you've been beating lupus 100% of the time that you've had it, because you're still here today. And although you might still have some issues, make sure you're focusing on that thankfulness as much as you're focusing on the pain, and balance it all out. Balance out the floating in between those loops of pain, and balance out the thankfulness and finding ways to bring yourself out of that pain again. So that's your midweek refuel for today. I hope something I said here makes some sense. If it has not made any sense to you, that's all right. Go ahead and rewind, as we used to do with the little VCRs. Go ahead and go on back and listen to it again. You might catch a little glimmer that can help you throughout your day. So thank you for always tuning in to the Midweek Refuel. This is the halfway point for October. Can you believe that? And I hope that everybody who's been walking with us has had a good walk experience. The whole goal of October is to get you into a movement consistency and to help you alleviate some pain and alleviate some lupus issues. So I hope that you all have been enjoying the mindful walk words of the day, and I hope that you have a good day and a good rest of your week. Bye.